Hello guys, welcome back to Civil Engineering YouTube channel. Please subscribe our channel for daily civil engineering videos. Today our lecture is to design the column. In this lecture we are going to find out the allowable load, the P allowable for this column. It is a fixed ended column. For the pin ended column I have also uploaded the video where you can find the link in the description. But in this lecture we are going to find out the allowable load for this column which is fixed ended. So the column length is 3 meter and the dimension of the column is 50 meter by 100 meter, which means it is a rectangular column and it is a steel column with the elasticity of material is 200 gigapascal. The factor of safety to be taken for this column is given to us, which is 2. So with the help of factor of safety we should find out the allowable load for this column. So first of all, our main task is to find out the P critical, that what is the maximum load that this column can take without any failure, without any buckling of this column. P critical or P ultimate. It's also called as the P ultimate. It is the load at which the column starts to buckle. So first we have to find out the P critical and then we can find out the allowable load from the P critical. So to find out the P critical we can use the Euler formula, which is pi square E into I divided by LE square, where pi is the constant, E is the elasticity of the material, is given to us 200 gigapascal, I is the moment of inertia for this column, and LE is the effective length of this column. In this case, where it is a fixed ended column, the effective length is equal to the half of the total length. So it means the 3 divided by 2, 3 is the original length, so 3 dividing by 2 we get the 1.5 meter. So in this case our effective length is 1.5 meter. So we are only unknown with the moment of inertia. Is a rectangular column, so we have to find out the moment of inertia along the both axes. So let's consider this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis for this column. So first of all we have to find out the moment of inertia along both axes. So Iy is equal to the BA cube divided by 12, where B is 100. So we get the value of 1041666 millimeter power of 4. By converting it to meter, it comes out to be 1.04 10 to the power minus 6 meter power 4. Similarly, the Ix, the moment of inertia along the x-axis, it will be B cube into A divided by 12. So B is 100 cube divided by 50 multiplied by 50 divided by 12. We get value of 4106. This is millimeter 4, so we convert into meter. So this is the moment of inertia along the both axes. Now to find out the P critical along the axis. So along the y-axis first of all, that is y. So we have to use pi square EI, and I should be now with y subscript because we are calculating the P critical along the y-axis dividing by LE square. So pi square is 3.14 square, E is 200 gigapascal. So gigapascal means if we convert into pascal, so it should be 200 into the power of 9 pascal. So 10 to the power 9 Newton per meter square, multiplying with the moment of inertia along the y-axis, which is 1.04, and dividing it by the LE square. LE square means LE is 1.5, so 1.5 square. So by dividing and multiplying this value, we get 912,390 Newton, which means 912 kilonewton. If we're dividing this by 1000, so we get a value of 912 kilonewton. So this is the P critical in the y direction. Now P critical along the x direction. So it will be the same, but we have different moment of inertia here where Ix is different. Dividing by Le square, where it is 1.5 square, so we get the value of 3654.824 Newton, means 365.4.8 kilonewton. 3000 kilonewton, this can support the load without any failure in the x direction. So by finding the x and y critical, we should take the minimum one. So the minimum one means we should be on the safe side. So P critical is 912, is smaller than the 3654, so we should take the smaller value. So our P critical here, or P ultimate in this example, is in the y direction, P critical y, which is 912. So we should take this one and should ignore the higher value. So as we know that also that factor of safety is equal to the P critical divided by the P allowable. This is the ratio of the factor of safety dividing the P critical by the P allowable. So P allowable we can find out easily. P critical dividing by the factor of safety. We just divide the factor of safety on the right side, so we find out the P allowable. So P critical is equal to the 912 divided by the factor of safety, which is 2. So this will be the P allowable for this column, which comes out to be, dividing the 912 by 2, we get 456 kilonewton. So it means the load that this column can take, and it should be 456 kilonewton for this fixed ended column. Hope you guys understand how to find out this P allowable for this type of column, which is a fixed ended column. For daily civil engineering videos, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching our video.